How much can discount retailers benefit from shoppers looking for bargains? Joining us right now is Joe Feldman, retail analyst from the Telsey Advisory Group. That's an independent research firm. So how much, Joe, can retailers really benefit from everybody still wanting a bargain out there?
Well, the discounters still benefit. I mean, they've got that everyday low price. These companies like a Walmart, the dollar stores, they're still drawing in the traffic. They need people in there, that need their basic consumables, and then there's some extra discretionary as well that's helping to sell.
Well, what do you think about Saks? Their strategy of saying, you know what, we're not going to do it. We're going to hold the line when it comes to prices. Is this a huge risk for them?
Well, it's certainly a risk. I mean, the thought process right now is that as the consumer does start to come back, the highest end of the consumer market should start to come back first. And if there's less inventory, much leaner than it was a year ago, presumably people will have to pay full price. I think it's going to take some time to retrain the customer to that. I agree with what you guys had said prior. That it is going to take some time. There's going to be heavy discounting, I think, through the year.
Is this the kind of strategy that you want to publicize, Joe? Because I'm thinking, I love the stuff that Saks has to sell, but if they want to stick to full price, I'd rather look elsewhere. And if you read this in the Journal, in the Times, and in the Post, I'm sure a lot of people are thinking the same thing.
Well, yeah, I think it's a tough strategy in this current environment, but that being said, it's the right strategy if you want to keep that premium brand and say, look, we're Saks Fifth Avenue, we're all about luxury, we're all about the high end. If you want this, you're going to have to pay X, and by the way, we don't have a lot of it, so if it sells out, we're not going to have more for you tomorrow.
How well does that play, though, Joe, in this environment?
I don't think it's going to be a very good strategy in the current environment. I mean, I still think that, emphasizing promotion and value like the discounters are doing is really what's going to win.
How much are consumers right now focusing on getting that sale? I mean, we hear about back-to-school retail, maybe not so good, and I think maybe those moms and dads are thinking if I wait a little bit longer, I can see an even bigger discount for this stuff.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. We're seeing people buy a lot closer to need and only buying what they need. We're not seeing those extra add-on, tops or bottoms or whatever the kid might want that their friends are wearing these days. We're not seeing that.
It's interesting because the NBT Group, they had a survey on back to school, Joe, and they said consumers are making a dramatic shift in their spending priorities. I mean, are we seeing consumers really, really change, and are those changes going to stick? Same thing with, consumers saving more than spending.
Well, I think consumers ultimately do want to buy. I mean, that is the American mentality. I think that the Great Recession, as they say, has really helped kind of people rethink what they need and and having gone without for some time, people are realizing maybe they don't need those extras. That being said, I could envision a time a year from now, maybe a year and a half from now, when we're back on track and everybody's feeling a little bit better, consumers a little more flush, the spending will come back.
All right, Joe, thanks for joining us. Joe Feldman, they're retail analyst at the Telsey Advisory Group.